Hello, welcome to Dataset. Today I will show you how to make the perfect perfume using web scraping. This is the recipe we got at the end. I'm not going to write any code in this video. I will just show you what I did to get this step by step. Now let's take a look at what is in this video. We will use paid proxies with authentication. Actually, I didn't pay for them. I just signed for a 1 week free trial and they gave me 10 proxies to use in just 1 week. I completed this project with the help of those 10 proxies, and we will open read and write to text files. We will use Playwright to take the dynamic pages, and all pages are not dynamic. Actually, the pages are dynamic, but the part of the page that we want to take the data is static. So for those parts, we are going to use Beautiful Soup and requests. And also, generally, we are going to be dealing with a hard to scrape website, which is Fragrantica. This is Fragrantica's 2023 hours page, and here are the best men's perfumes of all time, as they say. We are going to open them one by one, and from the individual pages of those perfumes, we are going to take the notes. They are grouped as top, middle, and base, and we will group them also. And the main thing is that we will count the number of times that those notes are used in perfumes, and according to these counts, we are going to use them in our recipe or not. Okay, let's take a look at the structure of those pages. I'll right click and inspect this main page. Go to network and write Ctrl+Shift+P, disable JavaScript. And if I refresh the page, you will see that the perfumes are not loaded. So we need to use a web automation system to run JavaScript. And it is Playwright in this case. And let's take a look at the perfume pages. Inspect this one also. Go to network and Ctrl+Shift+P, disable JavaScript. Refresh the page. Some parts are gone now, but the main thing that we are interested in is this notes part, and they are in here. So after taking the URLs, we are going to make normal requests and use Beautiful Soup to take those data. Okay, let's get to the PyCharm and take a look at our code. Okay, this is the project. This fragrantica.py file is used to scrape the data using Playwright and Beautiful Soup. And this great perfume.py file is used to count the number of times that the notes are used and create a recipe according to this. And also there's a text file of proxies. There are 8 of them because 2 of them were not working fine on Fragrantica, so I decided not to use them. By the way, they are not active right now. The time has passed. And also there is a username password py file. I am taking the username and password from here by importing them to use in the authentication part of those proxies. We are starting by reading those proxies with open proxies.txt in read mode sf, and we will take the content and assign it to a variable. After that, we will take this variable and split it using the new lines at the end, and we will have a proxy list. Basically, we took those proxies from this text file and put it in a Python list. Okay, after that, I am defining the headers because I don't want to use Python's own user agent. I've searched for my user agent at Google and copied the result and paste it in here. Okay, this is the URL that we are going to go. This page has the perfumes that we are going to scrape. Okay. Here are the empty lists called top, mid, and base nodes. We are going to append to them as we see the nodes, and at the end we will use them. Here I am starting Playwright. By the way, I've imported it like this as sync Playwright from Playwright.sync API. In here, with sync Playwright as pw, browser is equal to pw.chromium. It's a Chrome browser.launch, and it is headless by default, so I'm changing it to false. Okay, here is the page being defined, browser.new page, and here we are going to this URL. After that, I put a wait in here because I want all the items to be loaded. So I'm waiting for 3 seconds. Those are in milliseconds, so it is 3000. And I'm taking the page content by writing page.content. After that, we are going to use beautiful soup and request to make requests to the URLs that we are going to extract from this content. First, we need to create a list of those URLs. To do this, I will take the page content and put it in a beautiful soup object and use LXML as the parser. I will create the soup, and after that, I'm going to select the divs of those uh, elements on the page. Let's open and inspect one of them. As you see, those are the items, and we are going to use this flextir column class name to select those divs. And after that, we are going to find the a tags in them. Um, there are some a tags links in those areas also, but this is coming first, so we are going to use .find, and it will find the first a tag it finds, it gets, and it is the link of the perfume URL. Okay, perfumes page. Okay, we are defining an empty list, and after that we will start a loop in those divs. For div in divs, a tag is div.find a. It is going to find the first a tag, and after that it will extract its href value from this a tag, and it will combine it with this fragrantica.com, and we will get a full URL of this perfume. After that, I am going to start making requests to those URLs. I'm going starting a loop, and I am using enumerate to this URL list because I want to get the index of the URL. As I said, Fragrantica is a hard to scrape website. It is banning you after some requests, and you cannot reach the website for some time. For this, at around 70 requests, I'm using a 15 minutes wait because at around 70 requests, this is banning us. And also I'm waiting for 3 seconds between every request also. This sleep is not about playwright. I'm using time.sleep in here, so those are in directly seconds. Okay, you can arrange those sleep times for while you are web scraping to mimic a human behavior to not get caught from the websites. Okay, after that I'm defining some empty list for just for those perfumes, and I'm going to append the notes to them, and after that I'm going to append those lists to those top notes, mid notes, and base notes main lists. Okay. Okay, here we are defining the proxies, and I am putting it in here to make to use them in our requests. But look, let's take a look at the definition of them. Let's understand it better. I'm writing it like this: HTTP ://. Here is the username. Here is the password. After that, we have an @sign, and here we have the IP number and the port number. There are no blanks, but I put them to see them better. Okay, this is the format, and I am taking the username and password from the import I made from this Python file. There are just username and password. I'm taking them by writing that username and that password, and this part is done in here. After that, we put the @sign, and here we have a proxy list. We have created it at the beginning, and we have read those proxies from the proxy.txt file, and we can basically put the proxy like this. But we have 8 proxies, and we are going to make not approximately 100 requests. So I want to use a different proxy for every for every request, and I'm using and the modules operator, the length of the list in here. So after making 8 requests, we are going to start over in our proxy list, and it will start from proxy 1 2 3 4 5 6 8, and it will go to the first one again, and it will continue on like this until we have finished our program. Okay, here is the 3 seconds wait, and after that I'm making the request using the headers. As you remember, I'm changing the user agent in here, and I'm putting it in the headers, and I'm using the proxy that I defined in here. After that, I'm taking the text of this response and put it on a beautiful soup object and use LXML parser. You can also use HTML.parser in here, and we created the soup for this perfume. At this point, we have two options. Let's look at the website. For most of the cases, we have those 3 categories, but for some perfumes, we have just one section. We don't have any separation like top, middle, and base. So the structure will be different to scrape. For this one, to understand that if we have this structure, let's inspect this. We are going to look for this B tag with the top nodes text in it, and if we have top nodes, that means we have all of them, and we are going to write a scraping script to according to this structure. But if we have this one, we are going to write some other script. What I am going to do is this. This is actually very basic, but on those cases, I'm going to take those nodes and put them at top, middle, and base for all of them. Okay, let's go to the PyCharm again. I'm looking for B tag in here with the top nodes text string in it, and if it is not none, that means we have 3 categories. So I'm writing a script for this, and actually I'm not going to get into details of the scraping script because it's actually very straightforward. It is a little complicated, but there's not much to learn in here. Because of that, I will pass this, but I will show you that I am appending to those lists that I have defined in here for every category. And after that, this is for the if we don't have B in with the top nodes in it, so we are going to have only one pyramid, and I'm taking the elements in here and appending it to all of the lists in here. And after that, even if we have just one category or 3 categories, at the end I am taking those lists that I defined for this perfume. I am extending them and putting on the lists that I've defined in here at the top to our main list. And at the end, I am creating 3 text files with the write mode, and putting the nodes that I appended to those lists from the start, and write those nodes to those text files by using f.write in here for every item in the lists. And at the end, I am going to get something like this. For top nodes, there are all the nodes, but there are also duplicates, and we are going to use them. We are going to count them to see how much of those, or how much of which node has been used. Okay, this is all for this fragrantica.py file. Now we are going to take those top, mid, and base text files and create the recipe. Let's open create perfume.py. Here I am importing counter from collections, and here I am creating a text file called perfect recipe, but I am not doing anything to it. I will write to it later in the code. Okay, here's a function that I have defined, and it takes file as the argument, and this will be a text file, and I am going to put top, mid, and base.txt files separately to this function. What is this function doing is that it will take the text file read the values and count the number of every node in this text, and eliminate the ones that are used less than 2% for this category as top, base, and mid. Let's run this eliminate nodes function to see the counts dictionary. Eliminate nodes, and I will put the top.txt file in here, and I will open the comment of this print, and I'm going to see how what is this counts dictionary. Okay, here as you see we have a long dictionary, and the keys are the names of the nodes, and the values are the times that those nodes are used in this list. As you see, this is a very useful function, that useful method that we have imported, counter. Okay, let's close this, comment it out again, and delete this function call. Here I am calculating the total number of items in the list, and I'm going to use this total to calculate the percentage of the node in this category. Let's look at this, close this one, and this is actually this is a dictionary comprehension. This is also a very useful method, and here we are defining a dictionary key value pair for nodes and count in counts.items. Counts is the dictionary, this dictionary, and for all of them the nodes will be the same, but we are going to change the value to this percentage, which was just count at the beginning, but we are dividing the total and multiplying the result with 100 to see the percentage, and we are eliminating the ones that are we are eliminating the ones that are smaller than 2%. So we are just taking the nodes with the percentage of higher than 2 in here, and at the end we are going to return this new dictionary named nodes final. Here I am defining another function called make the perfume, and I am calling eliminate nodes function 3 times for top, mid, and base.txt files, and I am assigning the nodes final dictionaries to those top, mid, and base variables. Okay, let's say perfume is consists of 50% alcohol and 50% essence. So for 100 milliliter fragrance, the essence will be 50 milliliters, and the notes will be in this essence part. So we are going to calculate for every note how many milliliters will be in this 50 milliliter essence part. Here I have defined an integer ratio total as 0, and I'm going to add all the nodes values, all the nodes ratios to this ratio total, and after those 3 loops we are going to have the total percentages in one integer, and after that I'm going to define a multiplier by dividing 50 by this total ratio, and I'm going to use this multiplier to find how many milliliters for every node should be in this perfume. Actually, this is not mathematically correct, because we are calculating the ratios, the percentages in between the top, mid, and base nodes separately, but this is not very important. Let's get to it. Here I am opening the perfect recipe text file in append mode, which I have opened at the beginning in write mode, and I am writing the title top notes to it. After that, for the top notes dictionary, I am starting a loop using node and ratio, and by calling this with items I can start the loop. Now in here I'm going to convert ratio to milliliters and round it. This is I'm defining a milliliter value variable, and actually in here I am calculating the milliliter by multiplying the ratio with the multiplier to find milliliters, and after that I am rounding it to 2 decimals, and I am converting it to a string. After that I am adding milliliter at the end of it, and in this dictionary I am changing the ratio with this milliliter value I have calculated in here. After that I am writing this to the perfect recipe for every item. After that this I am doing the same with this one for the middle notes, the same with this one for the base notes, and at the end there is just one thing left, and it is to call the make the perfume function. And if I call this, run the program and open here, I'm going to find the perfect recipe text file, and this is the same with the one that I have opened at the beginning. Here we have the perfect recipe of the perfume. So this is the end of the video, end of our project. Of course, I have done this for fun. If you try to make this fragrance, most probably it will be an awful one. But it was fun to do. We have covered a lot of different techniques, a lot of methods in here. If you find the content interesting, if you like the video, please subscribe to this channel. See you. Bye.